Hello and welcome to another episode of Upvote Discussion. This is a superhero hub. I'm Sam,
I'm not.
and today the hottest news topics are a picture was recently released on Twitter, whatever, everywhere now. It's gone everywhere now, which features. What's your
The
problem?
internet.
I wanted to give people specifics. You know what I mean?
Wow.
The internet's a big place, right?
Yes.
And this picture happens to feature, um, pretty much on a cut through the kind of speculation is a picture of a road sign which is Central City. So it fuels the speculation that Central City, the home of Barry Allen, the Flash, is going to feature in the Justice League film. Now, I figured that was pretty obvious that was going to happen because if you cast your mind back to the Comic Con trailer, you'll see that Bruce Wayne's sitting in his little base or whatever. So you got to figure that's in Central City. So it's like, come on, let's be serious. That's like taking a picture of like a road sign saying Gotham City and saying that Gotham City is going to feature in it. It's like, of course it's. Let's be honest for a second. Of course it's going to feature in there. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's obvious. I mean, it seems that the conceit, at least for the beginning of the movie, is that Batman's going on a recruiting trip to pick everyone up, right? So it makes sense he's going to pick it. Atlantis will probably be in the movie, although from the trailer it appears he meets Arthur in that, was it like a small town?
Yeah, little fishing
But
village.
I think Atlantis will be in the movie at some point. Um,
Well, if Mira's there, yeah. Because the only picture we've got so far of her is her standing in the water. Now, could you have him in the fishing village and then her just coming out of the water to talk to him? Or will you have him ending up in Atlantis at some point? Because if it is going to be, if Atlantis is going to feature, is probably just going to be Aquaman in there. Are you really going to have like Bruce Wayne? And I mean, how do you even get to Atlantis? How is he going to get to Atlantis?
It's Batman. He can go anywhere, can't he? I mean, that's the idea. He can do anything. But I mean, I think, I suppose the argument for Atlantis not being in the movie is that you're saving it for Aquaman, giving people something to look forward to. But really, I don't think it matters that much. I think they'll show it. I don't know where Cyborg. I don't know where he's going to be. Maybe
Well, there's pictures of him wearing a Letterman jacket, so I think him and the Flash are like, I think they know each other. See, because obviously Star Labs is a big feature in the Flash TV show. Is Flash going to be bumming around Star Labs in the film universe as well? Because in which case, I figure he would have had to. See, now if you look at it like this, if Victor Stone has his accident, would it be the Flash who takes him to Star Labs in the first place? Or would it? Because obviously, if his dad works there, then maybe his dad's got something to do with it. But I figure if they've got some because I think Flash went to Gotham City University as well. I think that's already been speculated. So I figure them two know each other. So if Victor Stone's going to have his accident, could that play into it somewhere? I mean that's just pure speculation, but I'm saying.
maybe Flash is tied to Star Labs. The Barry Allen is traditionally a scientist, so I guess though theoretically maybe he's like a protege of Victor's dad or something.
So I figure is Star Labs the actual building going to be in Central City or is it going to be elsewhere? Because I mean,
Maybe in Central City.
from what the picture seems like, they're filming in the day. So I can imagine Bruce Wayne in a car going down the highway and seeing the Central City thing, and maybe seeing the cityscape. But is he actually going to be going through town, like looking at stuff like, oh, there's a Star Labs building, oh, there's whatever, because you can figure that okay, if he's travelling there during the day, that I figure he is going to end up in the house in Barry Allen's little base shelter warehouse place during the night. So
I think Star Labs probably has to be in the movie. at this point, considering what we saw in Batman v Superman with the cyborg footage, with the fact that the Flash is in the movie and Cyborg is in the movie, I think they have to show Star Labs, and yes, it will be in a central city. I think the only person
what if there's a subsidiary in Gotham?
Nah,
Yeah.
no point.
I'm just clearing that up for the fans so they know.
Yeah, I'm just
Unadulterated.
it's not impossible from a realistic point of view, but from a comic book point of view, Gotham is Wayne Tech. You won't mix the two.
So you got a feature in terms of landmarks for Central City. You've got to figure Star Labs is going to be that one.
Yeah, every city is going to have their place. So Central City's got Star Labs, Gotham will have Wayne Tech, Metropolis will have LexCorp. The only person who might not be in the movie is possibly Wonder Woman. Unless
Themyscira will already be touched on by...
that's right, because Wonder Woman's first, right? Yeah. So,
exactly. So
yeah, there's no point. Yeah.
But you got to remember that Hippolyta's gonna feature. So whether she dips back, do you think the Invisible Jet's gonna be in it?
No, I think they'll do away with the jet. They'll just have Wonder Woman fly, probably.
Yeah, but that could be like... Because think, how's Batman going to get to places, and how's Cyborg going to get to places? Now,
Batman.
Right, so Batman gets in his little Batwing and flies about, but then how's Cyborg going to get around? Flash don't have to worry because he can win. How's Aquaman going to get about?
Aquaman, the world is mainly sealed.
Yeah, but what if he has to get like inland, and he can't get?
He can walk. He's not a shark, is he?
Right, so we'll figure the Invisible Jet's gonna feature in the actual film, and we've got to figure that when there's the kind of where some of the shots in the trailer where Batman and Wonder Woman are talking, you've got to figure that's inside the jet.
I'm not convinced, really. It could be, but I'm not convinced that Wonder Woman needs an invisible jet anymore. I just think it's
It don't really have to be invisible. I mean, it can appear invisible to other people, but you can actually see it. Viewers can see it, but for all intents and purposes, it's invisible to everyone else. Because I think
it's a bit hokey. It's a bit lame. It could, an invisible jet.
Yeah, but it would just be like, oh, we've got like Wayne Tech refraction shielding on the ship that makes it appear to be invisible. Boom. How is that? Why couldn't there be a collaboration?
I'm not saying they couldn't be. I'm just saying you don't need it.
It could be a gift from Bruce Wayne to Wonder Woman. Like, here's a jet and it's invisible.
But if she can fly, then they need.
I figure she's high society in it anyway. I think she's rich anyway. So I mean, whatever she's been up to. But I figure, they could manoeuvre around not showing Atlantis for the fact of like, why does he have to go there? But I think like the X-Jet in X-Men, I think it makes sense if they have like some sort of vehicle they can all assemble in and then do whatever, so they all get round together. It don't make sense them going their separate ways to get to somewhere.
Batman will probably have a big plane everyone can jump in the end.
Yeah. And it'll just happen that it's got refraction filters that turn it invisible.
If you need the invisible jet, fine.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be as hammy as it is in the comics. They can like do little nods to it without it being...
Yeah, I guess.
Right. The next news story has to be... Yep, you guessed it. Apparently there's going to be another... That's what I have to say to that. Another Terminator film.
Oh, that was annoying.
What?
That noise you made.
Well, yeah, because it's going to be a big steaming pile of...
Honest to God, I'd rather sit through Terminator 5 again than hear you do that again.
Well, I wouldn't. I'd rather listen to that noise all day long.
Oh,
I mean,
so
if you put that on, I mean, that's pretty much what the fifth Terminator film was. I mean, they made such a big hoo-ha about Matt Smith being in it. How long was he in it? For 10 seconds, and he turns out wasn't he just like an interface for Skynet or whatever? He's just
he spread the virus to John Connor or something. Don't ask me to work that movie out. I mean, I still think it's better than the the Bale one, Terminator 4, but they were both crap. What's weird is James Cameron endorsed that movie as well. Like
Of
he
course
went
it's
out
going
and
to
said,
Of course it's
if I'm gonna make, if I was to make a sequel to Terminator 2, this would be it.
along the lines, but better.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it's going to endorse it because it's thinking I'm going to endorse it, and then it's going to be a massive flop. So when it comes around to me doing it, people know I'm going to do it right, and that's all they need to know.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, James Cameron. For those who don't know, who created and directed the first two movies in 2018 or 19, I forget which year. So either next year or the year after, he gets the rights to Terminator back. Because he gave them up in the divorce to Linda Hamilton, who sold them to someone else, and blah blah blah. But he gets them back in a couple of years, and he apparently has been talking that he wants Tim Miller, who directed Deadpool, to reboot the Terminator again.
If they reboot it, then I'm going to put my foot down right now. I'm going to tell it how it is and say, no, Arnold.
Oh yeah, because it's 2 years before they get the right backs, and then it's going to take him probably another couple of years to get a script sorted, and then maybe another year after that to go into production.
Yeah,
he's going to be pushing 80 years old.
But regardless, even if he was like say 50, so the timeline's altered and it turns out he's 50 or whatever, and like still, if they're going to reboot it, no Arnold. It don't matter if he's like in the shape of his life, no Arnold. You can't say you're going to reboot something then just do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing with Terminator and all the timelines. The Terminator's a weird thing. I know a lot of people.
You could just have CGI Arnold again.
No, let's not do that.
We all know how much of a hit that was.
I'll tell you what. If you want to see how far, it's still not perfect. If you want to see how far that technology has come with the Rogue One stuff and Robert Downey Jr. and Civil War, go back and watch Terminator Salvation and that Arnold thing. It was awful, so bad. But with Terminator, a lot of people are of the opinion that there never should have been one after Cameron, that Terminator 2 should have been the end. I don't necessarily agree with that. I remember for a long time as a kid I was bugged that was the end. It made no sense to me. Because, in Terminator 2, Miles Dyson basically blows up a building and destroys a hard drive, and that's it. That's the end. No, it makes no sense. You don't have access to technology from the future and just lock it up in one building. So I always figured there would be another one. The problem is everyone that's come after has been pretty crap. And Terminator 3 was alright, it had a good ending, but 4 and 5 were terrible.
So you would have preferred it ended after the third one?
No. I would prefer they made some good movies.
Yeah, but
I think you could have gone to the future in Terminator 4 and make a good movie, but the problem, part of the issue with the film, at least in my opinion, was the one thing they got right in Terminator 3 was the ending, where John Connor finally accepted his role. I'm going to have to lead the future. I never could have avoided Judgment Day happening. Picks up a thing, he's being radioed, he speaks and basically takes over control of the resistance. But then when you get to Terminator 4, he's not the leader. You got to spend the movie watching them faff about, getting in place so he could be in charge. You don't need to see that. Just cut to the chase and making the movie. They could have done a Terminator in the future that was an all-out war movie and go for it, but they didn't do it, and that's not going to happen now. If you're rebooting it, it's going to be Sarah Connor again. The thing is, do we want that? What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I'd just reboot the whole thing.
Right,
I'd start again from scratch.
When you say reboot, would you remake the first Terminator?
Well, there's a difference between reboot and remake, isn't there?
Yeah.
So I'd reboot it.
So if you're rebooting it, what are you doing differently?
No Arnold. I'd keep the same basis of the storyline, but I would change events leading up to it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'd see what I'd do is, because there's time travel involved, I would switch between the future and the present day. I'd have the people whatever do something, then it flick forward to the future and it going like that. Then I'd flick back and then they do something else, and then just keep interflicking between the past and the future with with whatever they're doing in the present affecting the future, and then like it all leads up to the end of the film. The kind of climax of the film is back in the future.
So would you switch between whether they keep the same character names or not? You'd switch between Sarah Connor in the past and John Connor in the future
You could do that,
in
yeah.
the same film.
Yeah.
Okay.
This idea is copyrighted, by the way.
I thought that was James Cameron.
Damn it. Well, I'll divorce him. I'll divorce him and get the rights, and then just make the film. So yeah, and then we move on to our third story, which is
I don't remember.
idiot. The Teen Titans, the trailer for Teen Titans, the Judas Contract. Don't look confused. You know it's the third story. So what do you feel about that?
I haven't seen the trailer. But I am intrigued to doing the movie, though. I do think it's probably the most famous Teen Titans story.
Oh, yeah, tell the viewers all about it. For those whether you've seen the trailer or not seen the trailer.
Basically, Deathstroke has a girl what was her name? Terra, I think, something like that. Has her infiltrate the Teen Titans, and he has a relationship with her, and she betrays them, and it kind of splits the team up. Blah blah blah, big divisions. It's a good story, but I've lost a bit of faith in the animated movies now.
Oh yeah.
From DC, they were good until I guess around about the time of the New 52, and now they've been pretty damn bad. And what really concerns me is how you can make the Killing Joke bad. How do you do that?
That's pretty much what the latest Killing Joke.
Movie.
I don't think it was too bad. I mean, I think the Flashpoint film was pretty decent.
It was. I would say that's the last good one.
Okay. See, what they need to do, they don't really need to actuate that much. What they need is like a good comic book storyline, and then just pretty much frame for frame from comic book to film. You know what I mean? And then they can't really go wrong.
Yeah, as best you can. You've got to make some, the Judas Contract is about 30 years old or whatever it is now. You've got to make some changes here or there. Same as you could have made some changes to the Killing Joke. The problem was the stuff they added made no sense. It was unnecessary. All that stuff with Batgirl. Why? Why do you need that? That's my concern, is how are they going to approach it? And are they going to do this thing where everything is connected now? It seemed like all their animated movies are beginning to be connected to one thing, which is confusing. I don't know why you need that.
Okay, that's fair enough for you to hold that opinion. I mean, at the minute, mostly that kind of news is speculation. So rest assured, we'll update you as soon as we get the newest headlines. So we'll see you in the next episode. Like, share, subscribe. I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And we'll see you in the next episode.